students. After discussing partition and all its aspects, today we will discuss a new topic, integration of princely states. British India was divided into what were called the British Indian provinces and the princely states. Map is on the screen. You can see map of India before and after partition. Here, the Indian territories colored with sky blue marked princely states, while territories marked in yellow color were British India. Clear? The British Indian provinces, that means British India, were directly under the control of the British government. On the other hand, the princely states ruled by Indian princes and enjoyed some form of independence over their internal affairs as long as they accepted British supremacy. These princely states covered 1/3 of the land area of the British India. There were as many as 565 princely states in all. Clear? So this was the situation of India at the time of independence. Let's move further. With the enactment of the Indian Independence Act 1947, popularly known as the Mountbatten Plan, a very serious problem emerged and could threaten the very existence of a united India. Out of many provisions of this Act, two important provisions were as follows. Number one, partition of the British India into two dominions, that means India and Pakistan. Number two, termination of the British suzerainty over princely states with effects from 15th of August 1947 and recognition of the right of a state to remain independent or accede to either dominion, that means either India or Pakistan. Let me tell you one more thing about princely states. That Mountbatten Plan empowered princely states to decide whether they wanted to join Indian Union or Pakistan. This power was given to the rulers of princely states, not the people. Clear? So, here the two important provisions I told you about that were the Mountbatten Plan offered. As far as the first one is concerned, we have already discussed a lot about the first provision. It was the second provision that posed a serious threat to the existence of a united India. That means the termination of the British suzerainty over princely states with effect from 15th of August and giving them the power to decide whether they wanted to remain independent or join either India or Pakistan. Clear? The problem started very soon. First of all, the ruler of Travancore announced independence, followed by the Nizam of Hyderabad the very next day. The interim government took a very firm stance against the possible division of India into small principalities of different sizes. Sardar Vallabhbhai Patil was India's Deputy Prime Minister and the Home Minister during that crucial period. Okay, the government of India adopted a very flexible approach towards those princely states and guided by three broad considerations. Right, and these three broad considerations were as follows. Number one, people of princely states wanted to be the part of the Indian Union. That means Indian government was assured of public support from the princely states because they wanted to be the part of the Indian Union. Secondly, Indian government was ready in giving autonomy to some princely states. Third, establishment of a united India had been of supreme importance in the backdrop of partition that necessitated the demarcation or fixation of territory of India. Clear? So, these were the three main considerations that government of India had while approaching princely states for integration with India. In this video, you will learn the integration process of princely states. Okay, so let us start the first subtopic, that means integration of princely states. So today our first topic is integration of princely states, that is on your screen now. Under this topic, the first point says, as I told you, British India was divided into the British Indian provinces and the princely states. Now, point number 2 says, the British Indian provinces were directly under the control of the British government. On the other hand, several large and small states ruled by princes called the princely states. Clear? Now the next, what was the problem then? So the next topic is the problem of the government of India with princely states. Under this topic, point number 1 says, British government said that 565 princely states that would become legally independent, as I told you, and were free to join either India or Pakistan or remain independent if they so wished. That was the problem. If we think about this provision of the Mountbatten Plan, you would see that this was the biggest hurdle in the establishment of a united India. Are you getting me? Okay. So the second point says, first of all, the ruler of Travancore, as I told you earlier too, announced that the state had decided on independence. Point number 3 says, the Nizam of Hyderabad made a similar announcement the next day. Let us see how governments approach this problem. Under this topic, point number 1 is, as I told you too, Sardar Patel played a historic role in negotiating with the rulers of princely states and bringing most of them into the Indian Union. Point number 2, the people of most of the princely states clearly wanted to become part of the Indian Union. Point number 3, the government was prepared to be flexible in giving autonomy to some regions. Point number 4, some rulers were not wanted to join and they had to be forced to join in India. This is how government of India approached and handled this situation of princely states, and gradually most of the princely states joined Indian Union. Let us now see the case of Hyderabad. Okay, so our next topic is Hyderabad. Clear? Hyderabad, the largest of the princely states that was surrounded entirely by Indian territory. Its ruler carried the title Nizam, and he was one of the world's richest men. There are many stories about about his richness, isn't it? You can go through. There are so many urban legends. Anyways, move further. The Nizam wanted an independent status for Hyderabad, and he signed the standstill agreement with India. You see, standstill agreement with India in November 1947. Clear? A movement when the people of Hyderabad state against the Nizam's rule gathered force. The peasantry in Telangana region in particular was the victim of Nizam's oppressive rule and rose against him. The Nizam responded by unleashing a paramilitary force. The central government had to order the army to handle the situation. Finally, in September 1948, Indian Army moved into control the Nizam's forces. After a few days of fighting, the Nizam surrendered and Hyderabad joined in India. That means integrated with India. Whole this process of integrating Hyderabad was named Operation Polo. Thus, we can say Operation Polo was successful. Now, move to second case, the case of Manipur. Manipur, as you all know, is a northeastern state. Let's see how this northeastern state was integrated with India. The Maharaja of Manipur, that was Buddha Chandra Singh, signed the instrument of accession with the Indian government on the assurance that the internal autonomy of Manipur would be maintained. You see the whole paragraph. Clear? Under the pressure of public opinion, the Maharaja held elections in Manipur in June 1948. Thus, Manipur was the first part of India to hold an election based on universal adult franchise. See point number 3. The first state or part of India to hold an election based on universal adult franchise. The state Congress wanted the merge of Manipur, but other political parties were opposed to this. The government of India succeeded into signing a merger agreement in September 1949. See, point number 5. Right. This caused a lot of anger and resentment in Manipur, and finally, Manipur was integrated with India. Back to our Indian map, India before and after partition, with which we started our discussion. You can easily see other than Hyderabad and Manipur, there were many other princely states like Rajputana, Gwalior, Gujarat, Ajmer, Mewar, right? And Baroda, Junagadh. In northeastern state, you can see Tripura, Burma, not Burma, Tripura, right? Khasi states. If you go deep south, you will find Madras states, near Mysore, Kurg, etc., etc. All these states, princely states, were one by one integrated with Indian dominion. Okay, uh, we will end the video here. In the next video, we will discuss another topic, reorganization of states. Till then, goodbye. Thank you.